Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to discuss periodic classification of elements, trends in modern periodic table. If you are watching my channel for first time, don't forget to subscribe my channel. Let us start. Modern periodic table and electronic configuration of elements. There is a close relationship between atomic number and electronic configuration. Okay, we know that in modern periodic table, the elements are arranged on the basis of atomic number. Okay. So, the elements in same group shows similarity and elements in a period, the neighboring elements differ slightly in their properties. So, these similarities or variations is due to the electronic configuration of the elements. And electronic configuration of the element will decide the group and period in which the element is to be placed. So we are going to discuss how to find out group or period on the basis of electronic configuration. Very important question. In the exam, atomic number will be given. You have to write the electronic configuration and then you have to find out the period and group in which they belongs to. Okay, it can come for 2 mark question. Very important. Listen carefully. Here you can see group 1 or alkali metals. Lithium, we know atomic number is 3. Electronic configuration is 2, 1. Sodium atomic number 11. Electronic configuration is 281. Potassium 19. Electronic configuration 281. So here you can see. So first 2 electrons will go to K shell, then L shell, M shell, N shell, etc. Okay, here see. As we move from top to bottom in a group, okay, you can see here lithium consists of only 2 shells, but sodium 3 shells, potassium 4 shells, rubidium 5 shells, etc. So as we move from top to bottom in a group, number of shell is increases one by one. Okay, but number of electrons, see, in the outermost shell, number of electrons, the outermost electrons are known as valence electrons. Okay, so here the valence electrons are same. Number of shells increases by one, but number of electrons in the outermost shell is same. Okay, now look at group 2 elements. Group 2 element, beryllium, atomic number 4, electronic configuration 2, 2. Okay, next magnesium. Here also KLMN. Okay, shells KLMN. Okay, first is K shell, then L shell, M shell, N shell, etc. Okay, beryllium consists of 2 shells. Magnesium 282, atomic number 12, number of shells 3. Calcium 20, 2882, 4 shells are there. But number of electrons, see, or valence electron 2. Number of electrons in the outermost shell is same. And we said it belongs to group 2. If number of electrons in the outermost shell is 1, that belongs to group 1. So what do you infer from this, or what can we conclude from this? How to decide the group? If number of electrons in the outermost shell is same, all these elements belongs to the same group. If they have same number of valence electrons, means they belongs to the same group. Okay. If 1 or 2 electrons is there in their outermost shell, then they belongs to, here we can see first group. Okay, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium. Outermost valence electron is equal to 1. So they belongs to group 1. Okay, now here valence electron in beryllium, magnesium, calcium, valence electron is 2. So they belongs to group 2. So for first and second group, how to find out? If number of electron is 1, they belongs to group 1. If number of electron is 2, they belongs to group 2. Clear? For first and second only. Is that clear? Now, let us discuss about other groups. Now, here you can see boron. Okay, aluminum, they belongs to same group. Why? Because here you can see number of electrons in the outermost shell. Another name for that is valence electron. Okay, so valence electron of boron is 3. Aluminum 1, 2, 3. Valence electron is 3. That means they belongs to same group. Now, which group? They belongs to 13th group, not group 3. They belongs to 13th group. Okay, now carbon, number of electrons in the outermost shell is 4. Silicon, number of electrons in the outermost shell is 4. They belongs to 14th group. Nitrogen, number of electrons in the outermost shell 5. Phosphorus also, number of electrons in the outermost shell 5. They belongs to 15th group. That means if more than 2 electrons are there in the outermost shell, then how to find out the group is, you have to add 10 to the valence electron. 10 plus valence electron will give group number is equal to group number. Is that clear? I repeat. If the number of electron in the outermost shell is greater than 2, then group number is equal to 10 plus valence electrons. For group 1 and group 2, it is different. Group 1, if number of electron in the outermost shell is 1, then it belongs to group 1. If number of electron in the outermost shell is 2, it belongs to group 2. That is, number of electrons in the outermost shell is equal to group number for 1 and 2. If greater than 2, then 10 plus valence electron. I hope it is clear to you how to find out group number. Now let us discuss about period. Electronic configuration in a period. Okay, now group, this is of second group. Lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon. Okay, you have to learn first 20 elements, very important. Okay, S group, S block and P block elements are very important. We are mostly studying about that. S and the P block till 10th standard. Okay, these two blocks are very important. Okay, and first 20 elements. Lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen. Okay, these elements, let us check the electronic configuration and atomic number. Lithium atomic number 3, electronic configuration 2,1. Beryllium 4, electronic configuration 2,2. Boron 5, 2,3. Carbon atomic number 6, electronic configuration 2,4. So here see, you can see here number of shell, see K, L, K, L. Number of shells is 2. Everywhere, check. Okay. Number of shell in which period? Second period. Number of shells is equal to 2. Okay. But see the valence electron, here 1, here 2, 3, 4, 5. That means valence electron increases 1 by 1 as we move from left to right. But number of shell is same. Okay, now see, let us take period 1. First period, hydrogen and helium. Hydrogen atomic number 1, electronic configuration 1. Helium atomic number 2, electronic configuration 2. First shell, K shell can accommodate maximum 2 electrons. Here, number of shells is 1. Number of shells 1. Which period they belongs? First period. Here we got lithium, beryllium, they all belongs to group 2. Number of shell 2. Let us take another example. Sodium, magnesium, aluminum. Look at the periodic table. They belongs to period 3. Let us check the electronic configuration. Sodium 11. Number of shells K, L, M. 3 shells. Here also 3 shells. 3 shells. Okay. Shell number remains the same, but valence electron increases 1 by 1 as we move from left to right. But period is 3. Why? Number of shells is 3. Now take fourth one. Potassium will take atomic number of potassium 19. 2, 8, 8, 1 is the electronic configuration. Okay. Number of shells 4. Calcium 2, 8, 8, 2. Atomic number 20. Okay. Here, number of shells 4. Which period calcium belongs to? C. Fourth period, first, second, third, fourth period. So what do you infer from this? Number of shells is equal to period number. Is that clear? Number of shells is equal to the period number. So how to find out period? You have to write the electronic configuration and count the number of shells. That will be equal to period number. I hope you understood how to find out group and period. Okay. Another example, suppose aluminium. Find out the group and period in which aluminium belongs to. We know aluminium atomic number is 13. Let us write the electronic configuration. 2, 8, 2 plus 8, 10, 3. Okay, 13. Aluminium electronic configuration we wrote 2, 8, 3. Now count the number of shells. 1, 2, 3. So we got a period 3. We will check. Okay, after finding out group, we got it. This belongs to third period. Now we want to find out the group. Group outermost electrons you have to check. 3 is there. If greater than 2 is there, we have to add 10 to that, right? So group is 10 plus 3, 13. Now let us check in the periodic table. See aluminium. Okay, aluminium belongs to first, second, third period. What we got? 3, correct. Now group we want to check. Okay, here this is first, second, okay, third, fourth, fifth, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Aluminium belongs to 13th group. Understood? This is the way to find out period and group. I hope it is clear to you. Now let us discuss about the trends in modern periodic table. This is also very important. It can come for 3 mark questions. We are discussing about 3 things: valency, atomic number, and metallic and non-metallic character. Okay, first one is valency. Valency you all know. What is valency? How to find out valency? This we have learned in the previous class. Number of electrons in the outermost shell will decide the valency. Okay, valency of an element is determined by number of electron present in the outermost shell of its atom, or valence electron will decide valency of that element. Okay, let us discuss about that. Here, group 1, we know in group 1, first element is hydrogen, atomic number 1. So electronic configuration is 1. Lithium 3, electronic configuration 2, 1. Sodium 2, 8, 1. We know group 1. Okay, the number of electrons in the outermost shell is 1. Its valency is 1. Okay, number of electrons in the outermost shell, if it is 1, valency is also 1. Next, group 2. Beryllium, atomic number 4, 2, 2. Magnesium 2, 8, 2. Okay, calcium 2, 8, 8, 2. Number of electrons in the outermost shell is 2. Valency is 2. Okay, now boron, atomic number 5. Atomic number 5. So electronic configuration is 2, 3. Aluminium 13, 2, 8, 3. Valency is 3. Okay, now carbon, we know atomic number is 6, 2, 4. Silicon 2, 8, 4. Okay, atomic number 14. Their valency is 4. Okay, nitrogen, electronic configuration 2, 5. Okay, phosphorus 15, 2, 8, 5. Valency is not 5. Valency is 3. Okay, oxygen 2, atomic number 8. Electronic configuration 2, 6. Okay, next sulfur 286, 16 atomic number. So valency is 2, not a 6. Fluorine, 9 atomic numbers. 2, 7. Okay, chlorine, 287 electronic configuration. Valency is 1. Next, 0 group element. Okay, their valency is 0. Now, valency means number of electrons in the outermost shell. How to find out valence? Okay, now here see, group 1 element, number of electrons in the outermost shell is 1. Okay, that means we can easily remove this 1 electron, or it is ready to give its 1 electron to achieve noble gas configuration. See, lithium 2, 1. Okay, it need more 7 electrons to complete the octet. Okay, receiving 7 electron or giving 1 electron, which is easy. Giving 1 electron. If it give up 1 electron, then only 2 electrons will be there. That is in the K shell. K shell is completely filled. K shell maximum capacity is 2. So it will be stable. Sodium 281. Outermost shell contain 1 electron. It need more 7 electron. It is difficult. Okay. So if it give up 1 electron, then electronic configuration become 2, 8. Okay. It got noble gas configuration. So it will become stable. Okay. So if 1 electron is there in the outermost shell, it is easy to lose the 1 electron. Even 2 electrons are if there in the outermost shell, it can easily lose 2 electrons. We know that if an atom loses electron, it will become positively charged ion. Positively charged ions are known as cations. Okay. Now here, they will lose 2 electrons. That is easy. Instead of getting 6 electrons to get octet. Okay. So they will give up the 2 electrons. So it will become +2. Their valency is +2. Okay. Now, here also, to get 8 electrons, it need more 5 electrons. Okay. Losing 3 electrons is easier than getting 5 electrons. So its valency is +3. So here, first, second, and third group, 13th group. Okay. Boron, aluminum, they belongs to 13th group. Here, if till 3 electrons are there in the outermost shell, it is easy to lose that electrons. Okay, and they will become positively charged, the cation, they will become stable. Now, if 4 electrons are there, we know carbon need more 4 electrons to complete the octet. Okay, it can gain electron 4, it can lose 4 electron, and it can share 4 electron. But losing and gaining, the atom will not be stable. So, if 4 electrons are there in the outermost shell, they will share their electron. So here they are sharing the electron. If 4 electrons are there in the outermost shell. First 3, 1, 2, 3 electrons, they will lose the electrons. Okay. Now, here see group 15. If number of electrons in the outermost shell is 5, okay, then to lose 5 electron is difficult than getting 3 electron. If it gets 3 more electron, it will become 8 electrons in the outermost shell. That will be easy than losing 5 electrons. So its valency is 3. Now here, 6 electrons are there in the outermost shell. To get 8 electrons, it need more 2 electrons. Okay, so their valency is 2. Here, fluorine, outermost shell, number of electrons in the outermost shell, 7. It is very difficult to lose 7 electrons. Okay, which is easy, receiving 1 electron, so its valency is 1. Now, 0 group element, their outermost shell is completely filled. They have 8 electrons in their outermost shell. Helium have 2 electrons, only 1 shell, K shell, that is duplet. It is also completely filled. Okay, so their valency is 0. They will not gain or lose electron. So their valency is 0. So listen, children. If 1, 2, 3, till 3 electrons if they're in the outermost shell, their valency also same number. Okay, till 3. 4 means they will share 4 electrons. Okay, 4 also what? If number of electrons in the outermost shell is 4, valency is 4. So we can take 1 to 4 electrons. If they're in the outermost shell, their valency also same number. If more than 4 electrons is there, that is 5, 6, 7, 8, then how to find out valency is 8 minus number of electrons in their outermost shell. Let us check. Here see, 5 electrons are there in the outermost shell of nitrogen. Okay, so how to find out valency? I said if greater than 4 is there, then from 8 you have to subtract the valence electron. So 8 minus 5. 8 minus 5 is 3. Valency is 3. Now, next, oxygen, sulfur, number of electrons in the outermost shell or valence electron is 6. How to find out? 8 minus 6. 8 minus 6 is 2. So valency is 2. Fluorine, chlorine, number of electron is 7. How to find out valency? 8 minus 1. 8 minus 7. 8 minus 7 is 1. Now, here, neon, argon, number of electron in the outermost shell is 8. So valency is 8 minus 8, that is equal to 0. Is that clear? So I repeat, if 1 to 4 electrons are there in the outermost shell, how to find out valency? That same number. What is the number of electrons? That will be their valency. If greater than 4 is there, then you have to subtract that valence electron from 8. Then you will get the valency. So here, see, as we move from left to right, now how valency varies in a period and a group, that we are going to discuss. Okay, now you understood how to find out valency. Now, what is the variation? That is called periodic trend. Okay, how valency varies in a period and group, like this question will come. So first you have to write the definition. Second point, let us check in a period. So see, here we are moving from left to right. Lithium 1, then beryllium 2. Next, okay. Next one, boron, valency 3. Next 4, then 3, 2, 1, 0. So what? First 1 to 4, it is increasing. Then it is decreasing from 4 to 0. Is that clear? So how can we say how valency varies in a period? We can say in a group, as we move from left to right, valency increases from 1 to 4 and then decreases from 4 to 0. This is in a period. Is that clear? Okay. Now, in a group, let us check the valency. Here, see, valency means number of electrons in the outermost shell. They all have same valency. 1, 1, 1, 1. Group 2, valency is 2. Group 3, all the elements, valency is 3. Here, 14. Number of electrons in the outermost shell, 4. Okay. So valency is 4. Next. Here, number of electron is 5. How to find out greater than 4? Then 8 minus 5. 8 minus 5 is 3. All the elements, valency is 3. Here, in this group, all the elements valency is 2. That means in a group, valency remains the same. All the elements in the same group have same valence electrons or valence. So how can we say in a group, as we move from top to bottom, number of electrons in the outermost shell remains the same. So valency remains the same in a group. Okay, and in a period, as we move from left to right, valency first increases from 1 to 4 and then decreases from 4 to 0. I hope it is clear to you. Let us discuss the next property, that is atomic size. Atomic size means what? It is related to radius. This also you have learned last year. Okay, this is the nucleus. Okay, suppose hydrogen, we know atomic number 1. So it has 1 electron in the outermost shell. Atomic size is related to radius. This is the radius. Okay, in the case of hydrogen, only 1 electron. Now let us take lithium. Lithium, atomic number 3, electronic configuration 2, 1. Okay, this is a nucleus. First shell contains 2 electrons. Second shell contains 1 electron. So what is the atomic radius till here? Okay, sodium 11, electronic configuration 281. Okay, this is a nucleus. First shell, 3 shells are there, 1, 2, 3. Okay, first shell contains 2 electron, second shell contains 8 electron, and then third shell contains 1 electron. So its radius is, this is the atomic radius. See, as the number of shell is increased, atomic size is increased. So atomic size means what? Here see, from nucleus to the, only one shell is there, first shell. Here, from the nucleus to the second shell, number of shell 2. Here, number of shell 3. So from the nucleus to the last shell. Okay, so what is atomic size? Atomic size is related to atomic radius. It is the distance between the nucleus and the outermost shell. Are you understanding? Atomic radius is the distance between nucleus of an atom and its outermost shell. It is expressed in picometer. Okay, remember the unit also. This is called atomic size. I hope it is clear to you. Now let us discuss how it varies in a period and group. Okay, now we know that this is first group, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 7, 8. Okay, let us first discuss about the period. In a period, see, hydrogen, sorry, lithium, hydrogen, this is helium. Then lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon, etc. We know that lithium, how many shells are there? Lithium electronic configuration is 2, 1. Beryllium 2, 2. Okay. Boron 2, 3. Atomic number 5. Okay. So lithium, this is the nucleus. First shell contains 2 electrons, 1, 2. Okay. Second shell contains 1 electron. Now, in the case of when coming to beryllium, here also number of shells is 2. From electronic configuration, how we can find out what number of shells. Okay, here also number of shell is 2. Here number of shell is 2, but electron number is increasing. Atomic number is also increasing. Lithium is 3, here 4, 5. Okay, carbon 6, nitrogen 7, oxygen 8, etc. But shell number is not increasing. Electrons are adding to the same shell. But nuclear charge, what is atomic number? Atomic number means number of electrons or protons. As the atomic number increases, one proton is increasing and one electron is increasing. For example, lithium atomic number 3, that means it consists of 3 electrons and 3 protons. Beryllium atomic number 4, that means it consists of 4 electrons and 4 protons, right? Same like that. As we move from left to right, as the atomic number increases, one electron is increasing, at the same time one nuclear charge, that is positive charge, is increasing. Now, electrons are adding to the same shell. This is of lithium. Now, when it is beryllium, coming to beryllium, number of electron in the outermost shell is 2. So 2 electrons will come here, right? Now, next boron, number of electron in the outermost shell, same shell electron is adding. Okay, but the nuclear charge is increasing. First one plus 3. Okay, lithium atomic number is 3. So nuclear charge is plus 3. Now, beryllium nucleus charge is plus 4. Here plus 5, plus 6, plus 7. Nucleus positive charge goes on, increases. Electron are adding to the same shell. We know that nucleus positive charge, electron negative charge. So what will happen? There is an attraction between nucleus and electrons. Okay, as the power of nucleus is increasing, attractive power goes on, increases. But electron distance is not increasing. By electrons are adding to the same shell. So nucleus attraction goes on, increases. So what is happening is, if only one electron is there, this is what nucleus is pulling the electron towards the nucleus. Okay, only one left. If 2 electrons are there, it will experience a pull from these two sides. If 3 electrons are there, it will experiences a more pull. Okay, 4 electron if there, it will again but pulling towards the nucleus. Nuclear charge is increasing and electrons are adding to the same shell. So nucleus is pulling the electron towards its center. So what will happen as a result of that? The atomic outermost shell, it will shrink due to this pull of the nucleus. Okay. Due to increased nuclear charge, the electrons are pulled towards the nucleus with greater extent. What will happen? Size will decrease. Look at the figure, you can see as we move from left to right, size goes on decreasing. Is that clear? What is the reason behind this? Because as we move from left to right, the nuclear charge increases by 1 unit. That is, positive charge on the nucleus increases by 1 unit. But electrons are adding to the same outermost shell. Due to the increased nuclear pull, the size of the atom will decrease. Is that clear? So first you have to define what is atomic size. Atomic size is related to radius. It is the distance between nucleus and outermost shell. Now, in a period, how it varies? In a period, as we move from left to right, atomic number increases by 1. That means positive charge on the nucleus increases by 1. But the additional electron is adding to the same shell. Due to the increased nuclear pull, the atomic size will decrease. Is that clear? Okay, same in all the periods. You can see as we move from left to right, atomic size decreases. Now let us take in the case of a group. In a group, just look at the diagram, what you are seeing. Size is increasing. Why? Why the size is increasing? Let us discuss about that. Here, lithium, electronic configuration is 2, 1. Number of shells, here 2. Okay, sodium, electronic configuration 2, 8, 1. Number of shells, 3. Here, potassium, number of shells, 4. Rubidium, number of shells, 5. Cesium, number of shells, 6. So what do you see? From top to bottom. That means as we move from top to bottom in a group, number of shell is increasing. Lithium consists of, this is a nucleus, first shell, second shell. Okay. Now sodium, first shell, second shell. Okay. And one more shell is there. See the size of the, now next rubidium. Okay. This is the nucleus, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number of shells increases. So as we move from top to bottom in a period, number of shell increases. So what will happen? See the distance from the nucleus to the outermost shell increases. That is why in a group, as we move from top to bottom, atomic size increases. Is that clear? Very important. Atomic size increases in a group from top to bottom as new shells are adding. Okay, as we move from top to bottom, new shells are adding. But in a period, as we move from left to right, what will happen? Electrons are adding to same shell. No new shell is there. Electrons are adding to the same shell, and due to increased nuclear pull, atomic size decreases. I hope it is clear to you how atomic size varies in a period and group. Now, next is about metallic character. Last one. Okay, metallic character and non-metallic character. Metallic character, we know metals are said to be electropositive. Why? Because they lose their electron. It can easily lose their electron and become positively charged ions. Metals are positively charged because they lose the electrons easily. We know that first group, number of electrons in the outermost shell is 1. It can very easy to lose the 1 electron. Second group consists of 2 electrons in the outermost shell. Okay. It is easy But one electron if there, we can easily remove. To remove 2 electrons, more energy is required. 3 electrons, more energy is required than to remove 2 electrons. So as we move from left to right in a period, okay, the tendency of an atom to lose electron decreases. We know that in our modern periodic table, we know on the left of the periodic table metals are there, right non-metals are there. Metals means it has a tendency of an element to lose electrons and form positively charged electron. First, 1 electron easy to remove, 2 electrons we have to give some energy to remove the electrons, 3 more energy is required, 4 more energy, then 5, 6, 7, when we are coming to this, it is very difficult to remove that electrons. Okay, that means as we move from left to right, the difficulty in removing the electron or the tendency to lose electron decreases. Okay, tendency to lose electron decreases. Metallic character means we can remove the electron easily, it is metal. Okay, if we can remove the electron easily, that means they are metals. But as we move from left to right, it is difficult to remove the electrons. Why? Because of nuclear attraction. Okay, we have to overcome that nuclear attraction, then only we can remove the electrons. So as we move from left to right, the tendency to lose electron decreases. That means metallic character decreases. Is that clear? As we move from left to right, metallic character decreases. Or you can also remember like this. In the periodic table, left side metal is there, right side non-metal. So as we move from left to right, metallic character is decreasing. Okay. Now, in a group, we know as we move from top to bottom, new shells are adding. So the outermost electron will be far away from the nucleus. In the case of hydrogen, it is very close to the nucleus. Okay, lithium 2,1 second shell electron, last outermost electron is in the second shell. In the case of sodium, 1 electron is in the third shell. Potassium, fourth shell. So the distance from the nucleus increases. Okay, nuclear attraction decreases. So we can easily remove the electron from the outermost shell. If we can easily remove electron means they are metallic character. Okay, metallic character is very high. So here we can say in a group, as we move from top to bottom, metallic character increases. Why? Because the electrons, outermost electrons are far away from the nucleus, so we can easily remove. That much nuclear pull is not there. So the outermost electron is loosely bound to the nucleus, so we can easily remove the electron. So metallic character increases. Is that clear? So in a group, metallic character increases from top to bottom, and in a period, as we move from left to right, metallic character decreases. Just opposite non-metallic character. As we move from left to non-metallic character means tendency of an element to accept the electron. Okay. When we discussed valency, we learned that 1, 2, 3, okay, they will lose the electron. But 5, 6, 7, they will not lose the electron. They will accept electron and become negatively charged ion, that is anion. Okay. So the tendency of an element to accept electron increases as we move from left to right in a period. Or I told you, you can also remember like this. Left side metals, right side non-metal is there. So here we are studying about non-metallic characters. So as we move from left to right, non-metal, we are going close towards the non-metals. Okay. So that means as we move from left to right, we are moving towards non-metal. So non-metallic character increases. Non-metallic character increases. Now what is happening in a group? In a group, we know outermost electrons are far away from the nucleus. Okay, as we move from top to bottom, new shell is adding. So electrons are far away from the nucleus, so we can easily remove electron. If removing electron means if an atom Lost electron, that means metallic character. Okay, so as we move from top to bottom in a group, non-metallic character decreases. Okay, but left to right in a period, non-metallic character increases. Metallic characters, just opposite is non-metallic character. Metallic character, we know left to right, it decreases. So non-metallic character increases. Metallic character, as we move from top to bottom, increases. So non-metallic character decreases, just opposite. All these three are very important. Three trends we learned, that is valency, atomic size, metallic and non-metallic. These three very important. It can come for 3-mark question. So practice that. I hope it is clear to you. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe my channel. Also share with your friends and classmates.